Hello everyone and welcome back to A Bit Tactical, and this is a tournament after action report. I just did the Lone Star event, Lone Star Open, whatever, something like that. I just did it. I am recording this on the night of the first day, Saturday. It was 3 rounds today. It's going to be 2 rounds tomorrow, and just talking about these games really quickly. As you can see, I actually did take quite a few pictures this time. Why? I have no idea, but this time took a few more pictures, but mainly it's just a map. So it is an after action report, just doing that, and it is the finale to Kasrkin, or Whiteshield to Kasrkin, to see how I did trying to improve with Kasrkin, trying to, make something of them when they most definitely are not. So without further ado, let's just get right to talking about these games. So with this first one, started out real easy, secure, nothing too complicated there. But it was on a Nakmund map, I believe. They did configure the rules a little bit. It was all in the player packet. But yeah, pretty interesting. Haven't played on Nakmund. Didn't seem really that crazy. Maybe there was some special rules before, but really it was just specifications on terrain and the like. So it was against the Wrecker crew. I brought all my gunners, the usual suspects, grenade launcher, plasma melta, and I used my sharpshooter or my marksman. Because I'm really liking, listen, if you get 4 hits with the marksman on his silent profile or on his stationary profile, you guarantee 9 damage, no matter what. If you've got elimination pattern going and severe. Right, so long as you get a crit and you've got elimination pattern going, you're guaranteed 9 damage. So figured I'd keep trying him. And it worked out relatively well throughout the tournament. So first of all, let's talk about something real quick with the Wrecker crew. How is it possible that Kasrkin don't have elite points, but Wrecker crew have rec points? For those of you who do not know, rec points are even better than elite points. Because elite points, you had to actually spend individual points to change the die, and you couldn't really regenerate them that too much, right? With rec points, it was regenerated every single time this guy landed a crit, and then he could use them to automatically turn a fail into a hit. So you don't even use points to bring up a die by its value. It's just a straight up fail to a hit, which was just insane. Now, that really is the only way to regenerate them, which is with crits, or not getting crits, but getting 6s. I don't know why it specified it like that. But anytime he rolled 6, he got another one, and he was doing that a lot. Okay, that tangent is over. So basically, as you can see on the map here, what I was doing was I saw a way to cut off a part of the map, which I did, and then on the right side, he had his leader right up on the center line. So I brought up my elite trooper, threw in a stun grenade, got him down to minus one APL, which felt great. That's the end of that turning point. Go on into the next one. It was really cagey, nothing too crazy happening here. He did get some shots off. He had somebody at the top, but there was a lot of heavy terrain, so I couldn't get a good shot back at him. But he had somebody up at top, a rocket guy, and he was just shooting down my elite trooper, and he's in smoke, he's in cover, so I take no damage from. I think he got 2 attacks, he got a counteract, and yeah, I took no damage from it. Alright, so turning point 1, that was really all the exciting things that happened. Nothing crazy happened other than that. I did, however, have my medic and my plasma trooper in the center, just ready to do whatever, right? So what I did was I moved up. I won initiative, right? I then used my strategy ploy, relocate, not on the Auspex scan, which was on the left side of the board. He was basically just holding it down by himself, mainly because he didn't have, my opponent didn't have a good avenue of attack for him. So he was holding it down by himself. My plasma gunner and my medic, they used relocate to move up 3 inches, medic into cover, plasma guy out in the open, but that's fine because I'm about to, I go first, so I'm going to obviously move him, right? I then go ahead and do that, right? Run the elimination pattern, the works, right? I go up and I shoot him. And it's an alright shot. It's like a hit. I think it's a crit and 2 hits, right? So then he rolls for a save. He gets 1 save, and then he just to scratch the other. So it's only like 6 damage through. I was like, okay, that sucks. Pretty bad, right? But then he goes with a squig, kills my demo trooper. And I was like, okay, hold on. Now I've got a chance to, do something, cook up here a little bit. So I go with my medic, and I go against his leader again. And I'm like, okay, piercing crits 1, do it. I get him down to, I think, like 2 health or something like that. Like, nothing health. But still, I don't kill him, right? Now, this is when I knew I just made a huge mistake. I just spent 2 models doing this. He then goes with his guy. His guy has 2 pistols, like rocket pistols, so he does a salvo. He does one against my plasma trooper. He actually whiffs it, and I think I actually just take 4 damage. He then does it against my... actually, I don't know if he took any damage, but he goes against my medic, and he kills him. And I was like, okay. From then on, I was like, things are starting to go bad. All right, I'm down 2 models. I already lost an activation. My plasma is just out there open. He didn't even kill anybody. Things ain't looking good. I do then just go with my my sharpshooter. I bring him down from the vantage I had him on this vantage just here on the left. I bring him down, get to the corner so I can see him, and I just take the shot, get an easy kill. But still, that's what? 1, 2, 3 models for 1 guy. Not good use of resources. Not that I had too many other options, but still, I probably should have just not tried to do this. Or once I had made the mistake, not tried to keep going into it. I don't know why I did that. But fine. So turning point 2, we're just kind of like shooting back and forth a little bit here. Not too much, because a lot of my guys are... The only person that he could have shot against was my sharpshooter, and he didn't have a good line of sight against him. So what happens is I get to a point where I'm like, he's actually going to activate me, or like it's going to be close enough that I'm not going to really be able to take advantage of it. So on the right side, I'm running contain, right? So I have to get rid of the squig, and I have to get rid of... He has 2 squids on my side of the board now. I have to get rid of both of them, or else I'm not going to score anything on my tack up. And in order to do so, I have to use my grenade launcher and my elite trooper. So they both move up to where on the right side here on the center. If you look at the center line, if you look at the right side of that barricade where the one of the objectives is nearby. I have to move them both up here to get these squigs killed, right? And I do. I get the kill on them, easy. But then my guys are just there, right? So they get wiped. Just automatically, nothing about it. They get wiped. And then I do actually end up in the turning point getting one last kill with my Melta against one of his rocket dudes. And I get that kill pretty easy. And I'm like, okay, I'm down, 5 models at this point? Down to half my team. I have only taken out 2 of his models. I guess more than that because of the squigs, but they don't really count. He still has 3 models left, and they're all way tougher than me. So, I win initiative, right? And I feel good about that. From here, especially now, I know this. I should have used clear and sweep because I knew if I know where it's going to happen, I should 100% be using clear and sweep. Didn't though. So, like a fool, okay? Like a fool, I don't even know what I used it. I think I used an elimination pattern, and that's dumb because nobody even used that or even got to really use that. So, I go up with my Melta, right? Because I get to go. Oh, that's what it was. I had 2 CP left at this point. I had to use a relocate so that my Melta could get into proper position. And then I used elimination pattern. Big mistake, should have been clear and sweep. But I do it. I move up, get into a rage with somebody, shoot with my Melta, and I completely whiff it. 3 misses. Don't have any CP, can't reroll anything. It's over. He blocks it with ease. So just nothing on that. And from here, it's just a clobbering, right? We go back and forth. He ends up killing, I think, everybody except for my Auspic scan. No, actually, sorry, that's not true. Because this is turning point 3, right? So we're doing a little bit back and forth. At the end of the turning point, I'm just down to my Auspic scan, my Commsman, and my Sharpshooter, right? And my Vox Trooper, he's all the way up to the top just so that I could deny him his attack ops. And then next turning point, he goes, switches everybody to silent as he goes, and just moves up my board, denying me my attack op and scoring his points. All right, it is secure, so we're going back and forth. And so then what I do is I, with one activation, move up my Commsman because he's in my home objective now. So I move up my Commsman just so I have a model there, right? I then move up my my Marksman and then cap the point, so because I now control it, right? And then with his guy up top, he shoots him down, 2-inch blast, kills them both, wipes them out. I'm just left with my Recon Trooper on his home objective, which I do take, and he gets denied his tac op, I get denied my tac op. And at the end of the day, I think it was, I want to say 15-9. So, yeah, it was 15-9. I mean, not too great of a performance. Just the amount of times, you guys don't get it. The amount of times he would roll all 6 of his dice, right? Because all Wrecker crew roll 6 dice. Then he would get like 1 crit and then be like, okay, I'm going to turn 3 into hits. It's piercing 1 or whatever, and you die. It's just like, there's nothing you can do to block this. No matter how well the roll is, you die. And he kept doing that throughout the entire match. It's like every shooting attack. He's like, oh, I got a crit here. Oh, this is my leader. He actually gets a free rec point every time he deploy or he shoots or whatever the heck. Yeah, it was actually a really fun game. And then there was just one shot. At the end, I tried to get a shot with my sniper, right? Hitting on 2s. It was going to be an obscured shot, so it wasn't going to be like too crazy anyway. But hitting on 2s, all that, I rolled all 4s. I couldn't even I was hoping to get at least 3 hits and then hopefully do something because he saved on 4s, right? But no, I couldn't even get that, so that sucked. So yeah, that was my first game. Not great of a start, okay, for the start of the tournament, but then we went to lunch, came back, and I was facing my own children, the Phobos strike team. So as you can see, it is Octarius terrain. Again, a lot of changes to the way things work. There was doors. There was no hatchway fight here. Not that I don't think that applied here. And there was no scramble over the things. It was just normal movement measurement and taking taxes and stuff. But yeah, interesting map against Phobos. Now, learning the lessons even from the first game, I was like, let me just stay back, be a little reactive. I out-activate him. Let's just see how things play out, right? I have the exact same people that I brought in here. I like the marksman now, especially because either he's a normal trooper, right? Because I can move him around like that, and I'm not too scared because he has a better chance than most to get a good save. And when he hits, he really does hit. So that's why I'm bringing him a lot more now. Also, I like the model more. But he goes, right, and I'm using my ladders, try to get some tricky things going. And this match, I'm like, okay, if I can just be patient, react to what he does, I think I can do it. Now, my opponent here made a pretty big mistake. Now, why he made this mistake, I'm not really sure. He brought out I believe it was just an incursor. or I think it was an Infiltrator Warrior. No, sorry, it was the Incursive Mind Layer, because this is going to be really important. He brought out his Incursive Mind Layer, and he put it in a place where I could have a pretty easy shot from him, especially from vantage. He was already taking cover in light, but he set him in a way that I actually just had a full free shot against him. I'm sure that the thinking was that because he had his marksman on guard on the opposite side of the map, and maybe from where he was seeing on the board, he thought he had a good shooting angle against me. But he didn't. It was not only was it would it have been an obscured shot if he could see me, he just couldn't see me at all. So he did that, but I was like, let me just let the game go forward and wait until I try to make that shot, and I did, and he pushes up a little bit, nothing too crazy. But so then what he does is a counteract. I was like, okay, he might realize a mistake, and if he does a counteract, then I lose my opportunity here to do this. But I think that's a risk I'm willing to take. Try to not, mess this up and get somebody to shoot back at me. But then he counteracts with him, and he puts him on the objective. Obviously, turning point 1, he can't surge yet. But I'll be honest, I don't know what, because he was fully out and open. I guess he was just expecting me not to take the shot at him. But I did, right? I had like 4 activations left at this point. So I move up my marksman, take a shot at him. I think I keep him up there just because I don't care if he, again, the marksman, he has the good, like, saturate, or not saturate. He ignores the saturate rule. If he's in cover, he gets the improved cover save, so I'm not too worried about him. And I take the shot, I do like, I want to say 4, maybe 5 hits of damage, something like that. I then move up my sergeant, do the same thing. I shoot with him, do a little bit more chip damage, then finally, with my plasma gunner, I move him up. But I actually gave him a 3rd APL, so I climbed up the ladder, took a shot at him, dashed back down. So I got that kill. And that guy's out of, potentially getting killed. Now, this was crucial, right? So on the left side here, as you can see, that's where the objective marker is. That's where he was. He dies. His haywire mine is a pickup marker action. So he drops the mine right there. And there's just no way for his guys to get through that without having to go around, climb over, and get there. In fact, if he, with his Reavers, it would be much more worth it to just climb up. And that's it, because it was, yeah. The other was like a crazy amount of movement attacks in order to actually do it. So, just unfortunate for him, right? He would have to set it off in order to even get onto the objective. And it was, I believe it was the center objective. So not too much, but it wasn't even impeding me that much, which is just unfortunate for him. So then I got lucky. So on the right side, I actually set up my guys, I think pretty smartly. I had everybody within 3 inches of my Auspex scan, or my recon trooper. I don't know why I call him that. Well, because he has Auspex scan, I guess. But I went initiative. I used relocate, and I moved my demo trooper up 3 inches, so I can just use that movement with him. I just basically move everybody up 3 inches right onto the center thing with the ladder. And when I activate my demo trooper. I go forward. I plant my mine in like a little area where basically he had to basically I was just boxing in the marksman that he had over here on the light terrain with the cover. I just boxed him in, did a free dash, got away. My opponent then charges my demo trooper and kills him, obviously. So I still want to be reactive. Everybody's still technically safe from everybody on his team because he brought like 3 Reavers, so they all had that 8-inch range. And everybody else was on the back line and not in a good position to move up properly to get sight line on my marksman or on my my sergeant. All right, so I was like, okay, let me wait this out a little bit. Let's let him do a little bit more movement and all that stuff, right? Now, the thing we were playing was Surge. The crit op was Surge, right? So I was misreading the rules and seeing how it worked, right? So I gave an extra APL to my grenade launcher, and I believe to not my melter because he already had an extra APL. I believe it was to my plasma again, so we can maybe do that same thing that I wanted him to do. And so I took a shot at the Reaver. I did a fair bit of amount of damage to him. I think he had like 5 health left. And then I moved over, tried to do an objective, couldn't. But I'd already done actions, so I didn't want to take it back. So I just moved him into a nice bit of cover. He then, with his Reaver, pops out, shoots him, pops back into cover, gets an easy kill. I activate my Auspex scan, put Auspex scan again. I think he's in a good position. I keep him there. And basically, it was just basically stuff like that, delaying tactics. Like I brought my sergeant back into the silent and just moved him into the corner so that he's right there. And I gave an extra inch to my Melta. And from there, I was basically just waiting so I could do my attacks right. All right, so then when everybody that could shoot me went, I climbed up the ladder with my guy, moved up to the edge, took a nice jump. It was either a jump and a drop or a drop and then just movement, dashed. That got me into a position where I could see his Reaver and I took a shot at him. I think I brought him also down to 5 health. He does a counteract with that same Reaver to move him into a better position to not get hit again. I go with my sharpshooter, shoot the other Reaver that was already at 5 wounds, take him out completely. Then I was like, okay, I need to just do it, right? So I move. So he has, of course, his Phobos marksman. He's got him on conceal, in guard, with a smoke grenade on top of him. And I was like, I'm so sorry, my child. I need to do this to you. So I bait out a shot with my elite trooper. I pull him out there right in front of him. He obviously takes the shot, especially because I was going to shoot across the map to somebody that was engaged and cover, but more than likely I was going to kill him. And my guy just gets eviscerated. I was hoping maybe I could, survive and just still be able to take the shot, but no, doesn't. He just dies. I then go with my Melta, move up. I can't get within 2 inches of him to get rid of the smoke grenade effects, so I just take that unobscured shot, and I do in fact whiff it. I forgot about Relics of Cadia, which if I didn't, probably could have done some damage here, but unfortunately, that's just not what happened. So at the end of Turning Point 2, things aren't looking too great for me, but they're not looking too great for my opponent either. He has a good opportunity for a double kill, and I'm still, kind of scrambling a little bit. So I try to use CC initiative, doesn't work. He wins initiative anyway, and he goes. So he goes for his big play. He's only got 1 CP. He uses it on stealth assault, makes sense. Charges up my recon trooper, kills him, takes a shot at my Melta, and whiffs it. And he whiffs it. And I survive on 2 health with him. I take the injured shot, and it doesn't matter. It goes through. Doesn't matter the smoke grenade there. Kill his Phobos marksman just like that. He then he wants to get rid of my Melta. Don't really blame him. However, I do think this was a mistake on his part. I think he was too focused on the Melta because he took a shot with him with his Voxbreaker when he probably should have gone after my Plasma. Because then my Plasma went, I moved up, just took a shot at his one Reaver and took him out. So now he's down 2 models. I'm only down 1. And from here, the game kind of played itself a little bit. I moved up. I shot him with my sharpshooter, his sergeant. Did a little bit of damage. Then finished him off with my own sergeant by having my own shooting attack. So everything. And then from there, we just basically walked through it because he only had 1 guy left and was in the corner. I couldn't even really touch him, and he couldn't really touch me. So, but at the end of the game, I did get a win at 18-10. So, felt pretty good, especially against Phobos, because Phobos are a really good team. But yeah, really fun game. Also, this guy painted. I should have asked to take pictures of his. His guys are painted so good. They're like black. They're all Black Templars. He's got, actual Reaver models. He's got, I think he probably bought the Phobos, not the Phobos. I know that there's like an Infiltrator and Cursor Warhammer 40k box. He bought one of those, so they had different poses, and it just looked really nice. Also, like, best sportsmanship from that guy. Like, the way he ran through everything was like much better than everybody else. Like, I feel like a lot of other people when I play with them were kind of like go through it, but he was like very direct and very like open and like, hey, let's make sure we get all these ground rules set up in the middle so we don't do it in the middle of the game. And I was like, yeah, that's really smart. I don't know why I don't do that. But yeah, that was the second game. It was a victory. So far, it's 1-1. Turning on to the third game, it's against a very special team. Very, very special. The third game was against the Scouts on Into the Dark. So, number one, I was really excited about this map. Because my demo trooper can set up his mine in a fairly good place, I think. So, got there, did everything like that. Things were going great. Also, look, I took so many pictures of this one. I don't know why, but I took a lot of pictures of this one. So I'll just have them going back and forth between these pictures. But, so, with these guys, basically, I was going to ignore the left side and focus on the center and the right. Why I chose this, I'm not sure. I think I got a little bit confused on what the center objective was. I don't know why. It was really dumb. But, I mean, I had one deployment initiative, so I should have chosen the other side. Looking back on it now, I know for a fact that I should have chosen the other side. So, I was already making dumb mistakes here. But, Turning Point 1 actually went pretty well for me. I had both of my doors open. He had none of his doors open, right? And I felt like I was getting poised really well to do a lot. And move up a lot and get, like, the advantage on him. So, Turning Point 1 actually went like excellent for me. And then I waited for him to move up his one of his troopers so that I could move up my elite trooper and take that stun shot on him. Now this is where I made another mistake. On the left side here, if you can see, I had this hard bit of terrain. What I should have done is I should have set up my sniper so that he was covering the light barricade. Why I didn't do this, I don't know. Not sure, but that's just a lesson learned on positioning, because that would have been super vital. But here is where things are interesting. So he's got none of his doors open, and he's like got a lot of his guys on the center. So Turning Point 2 comes around, right? He's got -1 APL on the scout that's right next to mine. And I actually went initiative, but I was like, hold on, I want to be a little reactive. I have a feeling I know what he's going to do, and I have a feeling that's exactly what I want him to do. I don't want him to do anything else. I want him to do this so that I can get something else and like kind of get everything that I want and just hope that I live the shotgun blast. So I actually give it to him. He uses an APL on the scout trooper that I did -1 APL, so he had to burn that, which was nice. And then from there, we start, right? He moves up, shoots my elite trooper, kills him. No surprise there. I then move up my demo trooper and place a mine right on the door. So he can't get through there. And now although that time he spent moving people up to there, kind of pointless. So, okay. And this is where like things get crazy. So, I then just I think he activates, he moves somebody over just because he's trying to get people to the door, so he opens the side door. I then move with my marksman. Again, if I didn't do this, I could have used a silent shot. Instead, I had to move him. I actually placed him in a position so that his sniper couldn't shoot me. And I killed the scout trooper. Okay, so here was the problem, okay? At this point, I should have realized that the right side was going to be his main thing, and what I should have done is I should have moved my forces to the left in order to stop him from securing that objective, and then just go from there, right? That's what I should have done. Instead, I started concentrating my forces on the right. I could have still done like some diversionary tactics over here, which absolutely could have worked, but I didn't, and I was just being dumb. So all my attention was focused out over here. He's putting people on guard, I'm moving people up, opening doors, taking shots at them, doing all that fun stuff. And it works for a little bit, right? I'm getting kills, I'm not really trading with him, and things are looking okay. However, the score is running away from me, right? Turning point, 2 ends, and he scores 2 on his attack. I score 1 on my attack, which was contain again. It was always contain for all the games that I played. And yeah, things are just, I feel the points running away from me. And at this point, I should have changed. But it might have already been too late. Clear and sweep comes in clutch here. It basically places it in the center of that map, of the room all the way to the right. And doing so made it so that I basically always had clear and sweep, or I was always using ceaseless, which was nice. But yeah, I mean, I got a decent amount of kills here on the right. Like, we're going back and forth here, right? He's got his missile launcher outside of the room on guard. I just can't reach him. I'm not moving up my guys long enough. But then I do get a very sick kill. So I get a kill with my sergeant, right? I move into the room, fight someone, get a kill, shoot somebody else, get him injured, right? Sergeant doesn't get blown away just yet because he knows he doesn't have to. He captures the point from me, and I move up with my Melta and charge, right? I charge him. Kill him easily with my Melta. Shoot the second guy, kill him easily. Felt so good to get that double kill. And on the left over here, I've got nobody, right? He shoots my marksman, kills him. Nobody's on this side of the board. Not a single soul on this side of the board except for him. So he captures the point easily. No problem for him. And he does it every single turn. All 3 turning points, he captures that point. And I do nothing to stop it. I keep capturing I guess it's my home objective actually, the one in the center. And yeah, I keep capping it, so I maxed out on that, but that was only 3, and he's maxing out on his, which he got a full 6 from the crit op. So once I realized where he was weak at, I should have moved my guys. In fact, there was a point in which I could have moved my grenade launcher all the way over to the left, wouldn't have been a problem. Instead, here I was making stupid, dumb decisions. So, unfortunate. Kills I am trading, and this is where priorities just aren't lining up, right? If I'm going to go for the kill, then my attack option is also aligned with that. So if I'm not going to go for that, I'm trying to be objective, I'm trying to be cagey, which I think actually went really well against the scouts team, forcing them to come close to me. I feel like would have been better for me. If that was the plan, then I should have gone with that plan. And I didn't. So there was a lot of killing, a lot of back and forth. This was actually a really good game. I was actually really enjoying myself. The positioning that we were doing, the moving around, all that stuff. It was just a really fun game. And I actually felt like, especially turning point 1 and 2, I felt like I actually, like, you know what I felt like? I felt like I was putting it all together. All the previous games that I played, it was all coming together for me to like literally be making what I think are of as almost perfect moves up until the grenade launcher, which I should have moved over to the left. I should have shifted my attention to the left, and I could have easily done that. But I got kill hungry, I got kill blind. I saw a room full of people, and I wanted to shoot him. Okay, I just wanted to shoot him, and I did. I shot them all up. I killed all of his operatives except for 2. His missile launcher and his missile launcher and his sniper. Like, my Melta got 3 kills. My Melta went through a door, shot somebody, dashed back. He couldn't get in a good position to shoot at him or charge at him or do anything, right? I then go to the next turning point. I charge somebody with him that's weaker, kill them, shoot somebody else. How many times does that happen? Where your Melta kills 3 people. It felt good. I was having a blast. If only I had aligned. If only I had aligned myself correctly here, right? If I had chosen champion and put it on the Melta, probably could have done way better. So unfortunately, this last match, it was actually fairly close. I lost 16-13. Unfortunate, Ended up with a 1-2 record here. 2 losses, 1 win. But that's the midpoint of this recording. I just wanted to do this now so that all the memories are fresh, the experience is fresh, all that good stuff. And then tomorrow I'll do that, so you guys won't notice because it'll be in the same video. Alright, it's the second day of the tournament, and my 4th match is against the Mandrakes on Beta Decima. Now, there's 2 things that I took away from this match. Number 1, I completely understand why people don't like Beta Decima. It's just so weird and kind of annoying. And for certain teams, it definitely doesn't work out well, especially for example, the Mandrakes. Maybe it was just my opponent, but I have a feeling that a lot of teams that are melee probably don't do well here because there's not a lot of cover, and they have to do a lot of moving forward, and it just makes it so a shooting team basically has to just stand back and wait. It can be very reactive. Maybe pull out a couple of people to bait, and that's kind of what I did. For example, like my demo trooper, he cut off the left side of the map completely from my opponent. He just couldn't touch my home objective at all. And the other thing that came away with this is like, okay, again, so some people could just teleport. Kill Team is ridiculous, or GW is ridiculous in that they'll give some teams the ability to teleport, and then other teams, they'll just not give them. So like I said, I cut off turning point 1, I cut him off from the left side of the map. So he couldn't get to my objective without getting through my mind, and he just didn't want to do that. The center, I had pretty well handled. Again, he has to do a lot of traveling to actually get close to me to do what he can do best, and I basically stop him from doing that, right? If he comes out with anybody and exposed, and he gets exposed, I can just shoot them, and I out-activate him, so we can't really trade like that. He would just lose that. So, I think it was just tough for him. It was one of the cases where the fact that Kasrkin are good at shooting actually came in really handy, because that's basically what happened throughout the game. It's like, he would react, he'd try to do something, I would run up and I shoot him. He'd come up, he'd shoot, and he'd whiff one, right? So for example, on the center of the map here, he came up, right, and he got the center objective, right? I go up, and with my medic, I go up there, and I shoot him, and I get him down to 1 health. Again, when Kasrkin can hit, they hit. Piercing crits 1, severe, all that good stuff coming together to create a pretty deadly operative. He then bet up a second mod, I believe it was his leader actually, and he shot my medic, expecting to kill him, right? But then he hit the kill, got only down to 4 health, and I think that was kind of like the big thing that happened. Because I basically just moved up with my plasma, shot his leader away, killed him, and that was that on the center. And I just had my plasma up there with my medic within 3 inches, and nobody else that could really harm him or do anything. So that if he did get shot or killed, he would immediately get revived by the medic, which was nice, right? It's something that my opponent took into account, because next turning point when he activated with his one guy, which I believe at that point had 1 health, and he shot and killed my medic, right? Now, because other people had line of sight to him, and they weren't over water, and I could just easily get that kill, what I actually did was on the right side of the map, he had a whole bunch of people. And this is where, again, I think Kasrkin could have a good ability to like distract with like 1 or 2 operatives, right? So like the demo trooper with his mine, if you place it, he could be a big distraction and can help cut off a part of a board. And then on the right with the elite trooper, I went up with my elite trooper. He had 2 guys right next to each other. One of them I stunned, I tried to get the second stun on the other dude, couldn't do it. But one of them got stunned, and they were down to -1 APL, right? So next turning point, what I do is with my elite trooper, and this was the second turning point, I go up, shoot him point blank in the face, kill him, right? No, not the guy with -1 APL, because the guy with -1 APL, I'm not worried about him. I just shoot the guy that I can, that if I kill, it would be big, and it was. He was dead, and then there were two other people like next to Vantage, but I was in heavy cover. I was on the right side. You see this like container here? I was there, and I placed my model in the way that I could still shoot and have visibility to the guy I killed, but they couldn't. They would have to come down and charge, right? And he activated the guy with 1 APL just because, again, he needs to be reactive, right? He doesn't want to expose anybody yet, and he just plants he does the mission objective, the crit op. I have my Melta there, so and he has +1 APL, so he can move and dash another guy, shoot one of his warriors, I believe, kill him, obviously, even with ignoring piercing, still kill them. Oh, actually, yeah, that's right. Mandrakes completely ignore piercing, so I don't actually think I ran elimination pattern at all. My primary is to kill him. So if I trade with him, I'm fine with that, right? And then it helps me win the game. And because he's a mainly melee-focused team, I wasn't too scared about his shooting attacks. And I had good reason to. He had a few shooting attacks, but a lot of, like 2 of them whiffed. I mean, that's all. Obviously, that could just be dice. But it became a situation where I would run up, shoot, then he'd charge, and then the third turning point, I had my Melta up there. I killed the guy with 1 health with my sharpshooter, just get that easy kill, right? Left side of the board, he actually just abandoned and teleported to the right side of the board, so he could try to do things. But at turning point 3, he had like 3 or 4 models left. So I was like, hold on, I could capture the center objective potentially, or I could just deny him stuff from the next one. So I jump down with my plasma right into somebody's face, shoot them with the plasma supercharge because I think he's gonna die, pass the hot roll. Next turning point comes the last one, and fortunately I win initiative. So he's down to 1 model left. I just jump down, shoot him with a supercharged plasma, kill him. So I ended up winning 18-10 on this fourth game, beginning of the second day, which felt pretty good. Going into lunch, I was feeling great, but also, at this point in the tournament, I know I'm not winning. I'm not winning best painting, best sportsmanship. I mean, I'm not an asshole, but also there were like 2 or 3 guys that I played against, not that I played against, but that were there that I was like, wow, these guys are like super friendly dudes, and I figured one of them was gonna win, and one of them did end up winning that. And I'm definitely not gonna place, right? So at this point, I was like, I didn't care. I was hoping I wasn't gonna face Nemesis Claw. And of course, I faced Nemesis Claw. I did at one point table them, and I have beat them before, but not with Kasrkin. I did table them with Kasrkin, but I still lost and drew the points. So with them, I was like, okay. I mean, they got a little bit of a nerf. Maybe things will be different, and we'll just go into it. But at this point, there is something about playing a lot of games of Kill Team in succession, right? Like, I could probably play this upcoming weekend, but I don't think I want to. Other than against my friend, because his Raveners will be ready, and I do want to play against them. But it's just a lot of games. So in the 5th game, I was just like, this is kind of breeze through. So here's the map. It was on Locust, and down on the bottom, that's where I'm at, because I had a good vantage, right? Get my sniper up there, keep him there. Hopefully things go well. And I actually had like a decent game plan. I was gonna keep most of my gunners on that second floor. He couldn't shoot them out of concealment, right? And I just have domination over that little area, right? Great plan. And actually, I did do something that I love doing. which is against elite teams. With my plasma gun in particular, I don't know why, it's always him. I was able to rush up, all the way to the center of the objective line, turning point 1, right, and get a nasty shot at his skin flare or something. And I got him down to like 2 health. So previously, pretty cool. Next turning point, obviously he activates him. He's about to die. Charges my plasma. Does like D3 damage from charge because of his strategy ploy, and then kills him. Kills him with a normal hit, right? So plasma gone, but he did a decent job. That's exactly what you want your gunner should do. Get someone down to really low health. And then from there, what I did was basically, again, moving up, trying to get cheeky shots at people. And I was getting shots against, I used my Elite Trooper and my grenade launcher to get the guy with the knifing pistol in the Nemesis Claw. He has the toxic grenade. Get him down to, I think, like 4, no, I think it was like 2 health. And again, he did the charge against my, he brought up his plasma gun, blew away my grenade launcher. He then came up with the guy with the pistol and the knife that I was shooting at earlier. He came up with him, did the D3 damage, but he actually whiffed his roll. And I was able to survive with my Elite Trooper, which was nice. But then he came up with his icon bearer. Now, obviously, this is not all. He didn't double activate. I'm just showing the events of how these things transpired. I actually activated my medic at that point and shot the skin thief, which I had made my medic my champion just because I knew I was going to get that easy kill. So, killed the skin thief, do 2 VP on attack op, easy. He then comes up with his icon bearer, right? Charges, does that D3 damage, so he doesn't actually have to use anything to kill me. Kills my Elite Trooper. He's within 6 of my Vox Trooper. Switches him to engage. And then he shoots him. But luckily he whips it. And my Vox Trooper lives at 5 health, right? Now, this is when I have a really cool opportunity that I should have taken. But I let my opponent psych me out. I could have gotten an easy double kill here with my Sergeant. My Sergeant was within charge range of the Nemesis Claw dude. He was within charge range of him. So I could have charged into his icon bearer, who at that point had like 2 health or something like that, right? Because what I actually did is I activated my Vox Trooper, and I was like, let me just take a shot. I'm going to take a shot at him because nobody else was able to hit him. So I was like, let me just do this. I take a shot with him and gave an extra APL to my, I believe I gave the extra APL to my sniper, and you'll see why in a second. To my demo trooper. And then he takes a shot. He actually does a lot of damage and brings him down to 2 health. So this enables my Sergeant to potentially go up, charge, get the easy kill, shoot at the other guy, get that easy kill, and then get a double kill with the Sergeant, right? Unfortunately, my opponent was like, hey, just so you know, I do have a ploy that makes it so that I can strike first. It'll discard the rest of my hits, but one will be retained as a hit, or one of them will go through first, and I do 5 damage, which means you'll be injured. I should have just ignored that and been like, okay, fine. In fact, what I should have done is I should have just done Ice in Your Veins on my Sergeant, done up there. Even if he does his max, which is 5, that would be reduced down to 4. I still wouldn't be injured. And I could take that shot that would have been nice. Instead, what I did is I moved up. I shot with my Sergeant. Got within control range of the objective, but it didn't matter because it wasn't even transmitting. And then he activates one last dude that he has. So like at this point, he's about to lose 3 models, right? He's gone with his plasma. He has his like little leader that comes out and takes a shot at my Sergeant. It's an obscured shot, but he takes it. Or actually, he moves, dashes forward so it's not obscured, and then he shoots him. Then I come out with my marksman, and I take a shot at his guy with the pistol and the knife. Shoot him, kill him, easy. He's down 3 models, and I'm like, I'm feeling pretty good, right? Should not have felt really good. At this point, what I should have done is I should have moved my Melta from the right side of the board, which is where he was at, to the left side. Genuinely, I have no idea why I didn't do this. I think I had this idea that I was good, because I moved him down and over to his side of the board, but I was like, this doesn't matter. He shouldn't be here. But he was, so no idea what I was doing there. So he's got 3 models left. I've got, I believe, 5 or 6 at this point. And, you know, one of them is my sharpshooter, one of them is my melts up. So feeling not too bad here. But then here's like where like the Nemesis Claw does what the Nemesis Claw does, right? Because now he's kind of close to my back line. Not everyone is spaced out properly. So he's able to do the charge and back. And then you should know what happens from here. It's actually a really close game. If I had killed one more model with the champion, potentially, I think that actually would have gotten me either 1 point closer to victory. But, you know, if I killed another model, you never know where the game goes and what happens with it. So maybe I would have ended up winning. But I did not. It was 16-13. Yeah. Main mistake was not going for that double kill. I think getting that double kill and keeping the marksman open to do something else, because I moved him anyway, just because I had to. And then I think once stuff like this starts to happen, I think with the Kasrkin, I should be moving forward with everybody, right? Like, my Vox Trooper actually shooting somebody and doing very decent damage, that was pretty game-changing, actually, right? Because that guy was at full health, and now he was at 2, which allowed me to get that double kill, and I wasted that opportunity. Don't know why I didn't take it. Oh, yeah, I got psyched out by my opponent. My opponent did a good job of being like, hey, just so you know, I could do this, so maybe you don't want to do that. But, yeah, so ended the whole tournament with one more loss with a record of 2-3. Now, how do I feel about this? To be honest, I feel pretty great. All my games were good. The only one that I got, like, actually wrecked on was the Rekka crew. They just killed me. It was almost like nothing I could do against them. Feels bad, but it was still a fun game. My opponent was a really cool dude. Overall, great experience. I do have an appreciation for the Kasrkin a little bit more after doing this, right? Getting against a variety of teams on a variety of maps, right? I never played the same map twice. So it was really cool. And did I become a Kasrkin, or am I still a Whiteshield? Actually, I am a Kasrkin, okay? And I'll tell you why. Because right now they're at a 20% win rate, and that's exactly my win rate. It is 20%, okay? So I think this is a good finale to the series. It does show the problems with the Kasrkin. They don't have many options to do much of anything, right? For example, I use clear and sweep a lot throughout this tournament, and as I play with them in the future, which I probably will, especially if they get a nice update that doesn't make them, dog shit, I'll definitely play them. But I still want to keep trying with them. Like, I feel like it's right there. It's right there. There's just, if I play just a little bit better, and I don't think it's just with the Kasrkin, I think it's me being a better player overall. If I just get a little bit more, it'll get just a little bit better. But like clear and sweep and elimination pattern, that's what I was using. Or neutralize target. Those were the 3 ploys I was using. Like over and over and over and over again. Consistently, right? So, like, what? That and like a balance command reroll. Cover retreat wasn't used. Give no ground wasn't used. Engage from cover wasn't used. Like, all my other ploys weren't used this tournament. And I feel like that's kind of a problem. Because when I was playing against the other teams, they were using a variety of ploys. They were using different strategy ploys. They were using different firefight ploys. they were doing a lot of different stuff, and they were finding places to make use out of it that I wasn't getting to be able to do. So if there is going to be a change, I think it should be to the ploys, right? Everybody says you don't want to upgrade the operatives because of Inquisition, which I get, I understand. I don't like that. Like, it still feels stupid that it's like, oh, my team can't get buffed because it might buff another team. Therefore, we just can remain bad for whatever reason. But it just so happens to be that I agree. I just disagree with that philosophy, but I do agree that the Kasrkin operatives are fine as they are. It's just the ploys that need to be upgraded and their skill at arms. Also, bring back elite points. You got faith points, record points. I'm sorry, bring back elite points. I don't even know why that's even in the discussion. Alright guys, this will, unless like something crazy big news happens or something, probably going to be the last video until the launch of the new guide. So I'm going to be really focusing on that. My time has been divided between finishing up the painting of the Kasrkin themselves, and because they had to be like tournament ready, right? So they had to be fully painted, 3 colors, rims, bases, all that stuff. And I wanted to make them look good. I may make a video, like a small 3 to 5 minute video, just showing them off. Because I did kind of work really hard at them, transfer sheets, all that stuff. But yeah, that's it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment something. Tell me about your tournament experiences or any tips you've got if you've been playing Kasrkin. Funnily enough, there was another Kasrkin player. He got the exact same win rate as me. 2 wins, 3 losses. That was funny. It was funny. There were 2 Scouts players and there were 2 Kasrkin players. Very interesting. All right, I'll see you guys next time.